Next week is shaping up to be one hell of a ride, divers, as there's so much to touch on today. I'm always excited to upload Helldivers content, but today has me just that little extra juiced up because of what is right around the corner. Welcome to the channel, it's LtBuzzLitebeer, and we've got dev teases, a major order in peril, along with a pressing question about Game Master Joel, so stay tuned for that one. Thank you for all your continued support and love for the channel. In case you haven't done so already, make sure to hit subscribe and ring that notifications bell to receive my upload alerts, and we've got a special video sponsor for today. It's June, and that means Once Human is about to kick it into high gear. This strange new post-apocalyptic MMO has an art style all to its own and over 256 square kilometers of open world to explore. That's over 6 times bigger than Genshin. Once Human's supernatural cross-platform roller coaster ride has something for everyone. PvE, PvP, building and crafting, along with absolutely insane boss designs.
You are mine now!
No wonder Once Human is a perennial fixture on Steam's top 10 most wishlisted games, has over 13.8 million pre-registrations, and is a game I thoroughly enjoyed in a previous playtest. Add Once Human to your Steam wishlist now because the official launch is right around the corner, set for July the 9th. What's that? You want to taste before taking the plunge? Pre-download the upcoming free demo and get in on the action starting June the 10th through the 17th as part of the Steam Next Fest to earn exclusive swag, or pre-register on the App Store or Google Play and become meta. I've been following Once Human for what feels like ages now. I've had it wishlisted on Steam forever. I've played in several of their previous open tests. Yeah, trust me, don't sleep on that one. But now on to Helldivers news. That's why you're here, right? And taking a look at the galaxy map, and the database one major order deep into the heart of automaton territory is going about as you'd expect, which means to say, terrible. We divers have less than 3 days to go, and we just hit 64% liberated on Wesen, so we still have to finish up this planet, totally liberate Vega Bay, which means more bot missions, and then, for dessert, we get Wazat itself. Do you think we are going to actually finish this major order? Leave me a comment with your vote, yes or no. Now, rather stealthily snuck into the game is this new strategic guidance dispatch, months after the game's launch, I might add, but yeah, here it is, and more to follow about this topic a little later in the video. But since we don't have visible FTL supply lines presently available in the game, divers tend to go where they see icons like defense or liberate missions, and since you can't yet get to Wazat, I think some players just say, F it, I'm out, and they head over to Bugsville. Even though the lines themselves aren't visible, at least not in the game, you can always see them over at helldiverscompanion.com, which, by the way, I always include a link to in the video description. And through the miracle of science, here it is, and what looks like a 1-planet liberation, according to the major order, is actually 3 planets. Wesen to Vega Bay to Wazat, and according to the modifiers, Wesen is still at a -1 modifier, which means we have to overwhelm this planet with players to make any real progress. 8 hours to complete it at our current pace doesn't feel like we're going to make it. Again, let me know in the comment section below how you see this one panning out. Who knew Vince McMahon could set the Helldiver universe on fire? But Twinbeard has done just that when he used the meme to rile up the Discord with Friday's post concerning the upcoming patch. Now, first off was one item we knew was going to be included because the mods already posted about this weeks ago, but the patrols and spawn rates being reverted are coming next week. I believe this affects higher difficulties and squads less than 4 players, which, since I play about 99% of the time in full squads, means I probably won't see any effects here, but it will affect solos, duos, and trios. And again, I've said this in the past, this was not something I saw players howling at the moon about, but Arrowhead dove into the deep end with changes to the system, and yeah, we know it didn't work out. Still, this is a massive revert, and great to see happening. Visible supply lines and attack origins. How the game did not launch with these is a mystery, much like how Starfield launched without city maps, but it's coming next week. This one looks inconsequential, but like the spawn reverts, I'm placing this in the massive category as well. Understanding the major order routings, where to start, what's next, how to get there. how to cut off an enemy advance by taking a forward planet in the route. That's all valuable intel to have, and up until next week is information we would have to turn to outside apps to actually supply us with. Invite-only lobbies are coming, which, I guess could be a solid addition. I mean, I really haven't thought about it that much. But the next item of super samples at level 6 is, again, third item here, and I'm starting to sound like a broken record, but this too is massive. Regardless of the difficulty you personally dive at, there are still a huge number of divers that max out at 4, 5, or 6. Super samples have always been locked at 7s and above, so for players that can't make this difficulty work, their ships can't get upgraded and everything that's associated with that. And sometimes all it takes is just a little percentage increase in terms of player power fantasy to get these players over the hump. Maybe a little more ammo, a little more damage coming from their airstrikes, that sort of thing. And getting super samples into level 6 just might make it possible to get a large class of level 6 divers up and over that wall to 7s, 8s, and 9s, which I think is fabulous. The more, the merrier, and right now we need more divers. The unlimited grenade fix is coming, and just being honest with you, I checked my in-game stats before recording this video this morning. I'm currently at a level 106. I have a scooch over 300 hours invested into Helldivers, and up until early this week, I've never seen a player using this glitch, but I happened to die during one of our crazy level 9 eradicate shenanigans runs. I'll explain that to you someday. But anyways, the player I ended up spectating was a random and not part of our normal crew, and they were spamming grenades like crazy. And then I saw their grenade counts, and it was something like 3.4 billion or some crazy number like that. And I remember going on mic and telling my other squad mates what they were doing. But yeah, that kind of glitch is not healthy for the game, and I guess it's good to see it's going to be fixed next week. And then the final pick down there says over 100 changes and fixes, and we can guess what some of these will be, right? Like the spear lock-on fix, which Twinbeard said was coming up, the tenderizer assault rifle damage issue, and a whole lot more. I'm hopeful that we get a sweeping balance pass on the primary and secondary weapons as well. Now, I'm not going to go off the deep end with this topic, at least not right now, but I went in and took a look at the weapons, and between the primaries and secondaries, just for me personally, there are 17 of them that I just will not use. That includes all the ARs, one of the DMRs, 2 of the SMGs with light use actually on the third, 3 of the 5 shotguns, although some of this is down to personal taste on 2 of those, 2 of the 3 explosive weapons, and only the sickle and scorcher from the energy-based weapons. So every other primary I'm just not going to equip. However, if the dev team can match these also-rans up to, say, something like the kill rate of a sickle or the incendiary breaker, then yeah, baby, I will definitely give them a go. Which brings me up to the new Viper Commandos War Bond and concerns after I watched this video a few times that I had for the reduction in what we were going to receive versus the standard price of the bond itself. It has 1 less armor set and 2 less primary weapons than we're used to receiving, to which Arrowhead has stated they wanted to focus on quality over quantity, which I'm all on board with, but then I started thinking, if this upcoming patch does something to address maybe not all these busted primary weapons, how about just half of them? Well then, not only would we be getting the new War Bond releasing, but we'd also get all these new toys to use and equip, so that would easily offset the lesser War Bond offerings, and hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say there. While we're on the topic, I'd also love to see some booster revamps in this patch as well, which, by the way, are not confirmed. It's just me with my 2 cents here, but choices like the flexible reinforcement budget are just not good. Hellpod optimization is... I guess I want to know why we as divers are not deploying with a full volley of mags and grenades. And so, why do we need to waste a valuable booster spot on making sure we land on the planet fully kitted out? Know what I mean? Expert Extraction Pilot can have some value when the LZ is super hot and you need to get off the planet in record time, but for the rest of the mission, which can sometimes reach 40 minutes, this booster has absolutely zero value. So yeah, I see those discussions over on Reddit and I agree with many of them. There's a small group of gotta take them every time boosters, and then you just have all the rest. I've got a question for you. have you been wondering what happened to Game Master Joel? Because for the first few months of Helldivers, it was all about Joel, Joel, Joel. We had memes, we had videos, articles. Joel was everywhere, and then he was nowhere. Well, this may be because Joel is not working at Arrowhead any longer. Now, just to be clear, I cannot confirm if Joel is still at the studio, possibly in another position, or he's just left completely. But if you've ever wanted to run the Helldivers Galactic War Table, here's your chance, because if you take a look at the Arrowhead hiring board, the studio is looking for a Game Master to run the Galactic Table for Helldivers. You know, I hear Stockholm is beautiful if you can make it through those brutal dark winters, but on the flip side, you'd be in charge of the mighty Helldivers Galactic War and Army, which has been confirmed by Wiki to be the largest fighting force on planet Earth. Anyways, whatever or wherever you are, Joel, we salute you and Godspeed. Sadly, that's all I've got time to squeeze in for today. Next week is going to be one for the record books, divers. That massive patch and a new jungle-themed Commando Warbond in the same week. I mean, this is going to be epic. And I plan on covering every little detail as it unfolds, so stay tuned. Remember to hit subscribe and ring that notifications bell to receive my latest upload alerts. All my socials, including an open invite link to my ever-growing Helldivers Discord community, can all be found in the video description and pinned comments below. A massive, and I can't seem to stop using that word today, but seriously, a massive thank you to the nearly 231,000 of you incredible ladies and gentlemen from around the globe who've taken the plunge, hit subscribe, and continue to tune in and support my channel. Until the next one, this is LtBuzzLitebeer signing off.